Um, Going on a little bit further, she says, so before you know it, I'll be 35. That's getting up there for a woman. And I find myself believing in things that a younger self vowed never to believe in. Things like family and forgiveness. So again, looking at this point of her life and trying to forgive and then move on. I know I'm lucky, although I still never have known what it feels like to jog or dance, anything that jiggles. So one thing I'm curious about is why she says she's lucky. Is she just lucky in life in general? Is she lucky to have gotten out of the situation relatively unscathed? I don't know. So you guys can write about that a little bit. Why do you think that she might say that she's lucky? Um, and then this last little section here. So we have the female Greek chorus saying, "You were so tiny you fit in his hand." Okay, this was the mom's words regarding Uncle Peck holding a little bit in his hand. Then the male chorus, "How is Shakespeare going to help her lie on her back?" And so this is the word of Big Papa, of the grandfather. So these two strange voices sort of coming back from the past. The teenage Greek chorus, "Am I doing it right?" So this is a little bit asking Peck if she was sort of driving right. Maybe her young encounter asking if she was if he was having sex right. And then a little bit says, I adjust my seat, fasten my seat belt, then I check the right side mirror, check the left side. And this is a pretty interesting little note here. After she adjusts the rearview mirror, as Little Bit adjusts the rearview mirror, a faint light strikes the spirit of Uncle Peck, who is sitting in the back seat of the car. She sees him in the mirror. She smiles at him, and he nods at her. They are happily going for a long drive together. Little Bit slips the car into first gear to the audience, and then I floor it. Sound of a car taking off. Blackout. Okay, I really want to pay attention. If you guys can sort of let your mind's eye sort of paint the scene a little bit, if you would, about her smiling at him and him nodding at her. How would you play that? I mean, I can imagine that being her smiling being a smirk, her smiling just meaning that she's doing it gleefully and she's accepted all of this, or that she's just nuts, or I don't know. This could be played a number of different ways, and all of them having a really different impact on the audience. You might want to think a little bit now about what to make of all this. What kind of play is this? What does it have to teach us? And for the purposes of our class, why the comedy stuff? Why have jokes in there? Why have this quasi comedic ending? It's something of a happy ending. She talks about family, so we've talked about sort of the idea of procreation being a common theme at the end of comedies. Drinking, she's drinking and driving, so that's another thing that we find often in the ends of comedies. And so it's a curious ending, and it's curious to sort of have these comedic aspects. But I'd like for you guys to think about why they're there. Why did she do it in the form of comedy instead of just making this a straightforward tragedy? Because it could have been simply a tragic story. So I've given you guys some stuff to think about there. You're welcome to respond to that in your little online posting, and I hope you've learned a little bit or enjoyed this discussion, or lecture, I guess I should just call it, of learning to drive, and see you guys soon. Peace!